Hello, I'm Annette of Annette's Needles. It's nice to see you again. So I told you last month that I would talk about my tools and my new stand. Now it's all set up. I'm going to put a picture up here of what it looks like straight on with all my paraphernalia. And then I'll put a picture up here of what it looks like on the Amazon page and what it looked like when I got it. So what I've done is added to it. First of all, I really like it. I wasn't sure I would. I knew I couldn't afford a Lowry, and this was enough cheaper that I thought, well, I'm going to try it out. So I don't know if you see it in the picture. I can't remember if I included this, but the metal part that it sits on that will slide under your chair for support, I have it split under a rug, but I also have a canister of pennies sitting on it. And I kind of am back in this corner because I can sit and watch TV. I can see who's ever on the sofa, we can chat, whatever. And then I have my light where it's not pointing at my husband who sits right over there. So it works out really good for me. And so what I want to do now is I'm going to take this off because I finished this project. And then you can see how you would put on a new one and take off an old one, just in case you're interested. There are screws back here. See, I can flip this around if I want to do something on the back. But I'm hoping you can see these bolts back here. I have magnets stuck everywhere because I stick stuff on them. But I'm unscrewing this. There we go. It's too tight, so I couldn't figure out which way it went. So this just slips out, and I'm not sure that you can see this close up. Maybe I will show you a little bit closer. Hang on a minute. So this is what this part looks like. And there weren't really good sheets to tell you how. It has a little bit of foam that you tape up here that has adhesive on it. My adhesive let go, so I glued one of them back on. This knob right here that I keep my floss drops on, it is what you loosen to turn it one way or the other to see the back. And that works really well. I really like it. I have added on this piece right here to hold my tablet. And I'll put a picture of that on too, of what it looks like. But I bought that, I think it was, I'm gonna give a wide range and say between 10 and 20. And then it has this for height and this for height. One of the issues I felt like I had is that when I tried to put it under my sofa, when I loosened this to swing it out, it would drop. So there isn't a good, in my mind, it didn't swing out easy. You can, and it's not hard, but it wasn't just convenient. Maybe I loosened it too much. I don't know. But you can loosen this and swing it. But see how it dropped there to a different level? I must just loosen it too much because you can be more careful about that. So anyway, this is the project that I finished and that I just took off, which I will be doing more on another time. I love that. That's the Great Outdoors by Stitching Cabin. Haley of Stitching Cabin, and you can find her on Instagram. I believe, she does have a YouTube site, Stitching Cabin, because she makes a beautiful needlework journal. Oops, I dropped my floss. So this is the project I want to put in there. It's my Gifts of the Sea project. I've shown it to you before. So this is the next one. Because I'm doing Whip Go, many of you know what that is. It's like bingo for your whips, and you put things in. And I put on several, doing 500 stitches on this project. So I put this grime guard back on to see how it works in here. But I think it's gonna work just fine to go in there. Yes, so this came up on my whip go this month to put in 500 stitches. And I'm really happy to put this one in the stand because I can get nice and close to it to see, even though I wear magnifying readers, I still need to get pretty close. So there, that's pretty tight. It wants to go a little bit more. And I like this for holding this, and then I can adjust however I want it and then tighten that down. Then I can put my light over it and just work. My tablet is here. It's an older Apple iPad. I think it's an iPad Air or something, but it's still got the lightning cord. I have my markup RXP app on that I put my graphs in. There's a learning curve to it, but boy, once you figure it out, it's worth every bit of effort for putting your graph in it. It's wonderful if you have them on PDFs, but it's the papers transferring that I have a little problem with. But this was from a magazine and it went in there and it works beautifully. So I'm happy about that. So I thought I'd show you, I've shown you this before. This is my K's Creations lap frame and it's designed to sit on your lap. But my friend made me this longer one so I can slip it under my knee. And I really like this too. And I like it with a hoop. I don't really like using it with a Q-snap. That's why I wanted to make sure this will go on, but this is perfect for Q-snaps. And for the scroll, the scroll didn't off balance it or anything, but I do have a bucket of pennies on that over there. So let me kind of turn you over here a little bit. Because I was talking about tools. My daughter gave me this as a gift. So I haven't used it yet, but it looks very interesting. Now what it is, it's gloves that have a little light on them. So you put this on your fingers, whatever fingers you think you might be pointing at your work with. You strap it on, and then the light comes out and points right at your work. So, oh yeah, it works really nice. I haven't tried it yet. I haven't actually used it yet, but I will probably on this project because it's tiny. So that's kind of fun. It's just a novelty thing, but I think it's called LED flashlight gloves, rechargeable. So I probably should give it a good charge and work with it on this. I often like to use floss drops. But now my newest thing is using these bobbins. They're called bobbies, and you can put your floss all on the bobbies. Put them on a ring, and I have them rolled up and closed. But then when you work at it, it just works just like a floss drop. You leave it open while you're working, and you can pull your thread off with your needle like you do with floss drops. And when you're done, which I'm done with this project, when I'm done, I'll just wrap this up and it'll fit right in my bobbin tray. It's not much bigger than a standard bobbin, so it fit in my tray. So I really like these bobbies. I feel like they don't leave a lot of wrinkles, like a bobbin as you bring it off will leave a lot of wrinkles in your floss. Well, this doesn't seem to, so it's because it's wrapped in a circle. I liked it. I'll try it. I may have to do a video later and say I don't like it and this is why. But for now, I really like them. They're called bobbies. And I can put a picture up here. Do I have the package right here? I do. This little project here. That's what they are. So they work really good. Other thing, what I've taken to lately, and I really like it, is I've been putting my tools in a teacup, and I can just carry this teacup next to me when I'm sitting on the sofa working on a project, which is what I use this frame for, or when I'm going into my room because I'll Zoom with friends and stitch. I can just carry my little teacup in there. It has my magnifiers, has extra needles, my pretty little girl tweezer. This is kind of a fun gift that a friend sent me. It's for counting. You can take this, you can take the little pearl tip off, you unscrew it. She got it on Etsy, and if I can find the I don't know if you can see it, it's so fine. But then you can use it almost like a pin and count. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you can stick it in where your next stitch is or where your stitches stop, and then you know how far to go. So it's kind of neat. I haven't gotten in the habit of using it yet, but I will. I think it's handy for linen. I talked last time about Aida cloth and how much I prefer Aida. I did get a lot of comments on that. People in my age group, well, not even all in my age group, love using Aida cloth. Now there are different colors. There's linens. Fiddler's cloth is kind of a linen colored cloth. And I can work easily up to 16, and I do have one project. What project was that? On 18. This is on linen, or it's an even weave. It's not Aida. And it's just a little bit hard for me to skip the hole, but I can do it. I think it's the one I haven't shown yet that's on 18 count. And I can do that so much easier than linen because you can almost bump your needle to find the next hole, but I can't do that with the linen. And with my eyesight, I talked about my frustration doing my little friend Lily here, that I started her on linen, then I switched her over to the Aida. And I think she looks fine, even though it's white Aida. It would have been better if it was like fiddler's cloth or another color. But there are some beautiful colors of Aida. So if you are like me and you like stitching on Aida cloth, look at all the variety. Don't think, oh, I just have to get the white stuff that's at Walmart or whatever, because there are so many nice Aida cloths that are pre-gridded, that are soft, or you can soften them. I did wash a pre-gridded one. It was pre-gridded with threads just to soften it up a little bit, get some of the starch out of it. So you can do that. Just hand washed and soak, the soak called soak that I use for my knitted garments. But so that is my tool. Oh, I was going to show you this too. Do you use one of these, whoops, for your chart? Or now I have a magnetic one if I'm using a paper chart, but this is so handy if I'm sitting somewhere else. This over here where I have my old Apple tablet that has my charts on it is handy because I can look right at it. But when I go sit on the sofa and stitch, I don't have that next to me. So I've uploaded the progress to, I guess it's up to Markup RXP. And then I downloaded it on my other Apple because you can put it on a couple of devices. So then I have when I switch, I'm going to have to upload it again to put it back on that tablet. But then I have this that I can look at. When I go in my room and I'm at my computer and Zooming with my friends, I take this because my tablet sits so nice on it. And even if I'm just looking at designs or shopping or playing a game or something, I can set it on my lap. It's called a pillow pad. And they were available on Amazon. I think they still are. I got it at Joann's a long time ago. So I'm not sure if they are, how they're available now, but I'll look on Amazon and see if I can find it. I'll put a link for you. Anyway, that is my current set of tools. Of course, I have other things that pop up and that I use that are shortcuts or whatever, but this is basically it. My daughter gave me this cute little tray that I put my floss ends in, and then I can toss them or do whatever I want with them. And I use a lot of cable ties. They're handy for a lot of things, for tightening up your project on the sides anyway. Okay, it was really nice visiting again, and I will See you next month. Unless I see you on a Thursday, because I do some chatting, short chatting on Thursdays. Okay. Bye, friends.